you sounded great, you looked great. How do you feel?
Pretty good, considering.
You seem a little in doubt about that.
Well, I was for a moment, but you know, if I consider everything, then I feel pretty good.
Oh, see, but you wanted to consider it for a minute.
Yeah, I had to do that.
Hey, Georgia was terrific. Have you sung that before? That was
no.
It's not a new song.
That was sort of our practice run. You know, we hadn't sung that before. I was able to make a few records with that, and it turned out very well.
So I'm told.
Yeah.
I can see what they mean by you know, they always say that you never sing the same thing alike twice. A lot of singers, you can tell they've got every gesture vocally and physically worked out.
Yeah.
Is that to keep it interesting for you, or are you just unable to?
No, I have to be honest with you. I'm unable to sing any song the same way twice. Because when I'm singing, it's what I feel within me, and of course each day. And not only each day, but each hour, each minute dictates to me, you see. And I think I would have a terrible time trying to pantomize, you know, or lip sync or whatever the right word is, trying to sing a song, because I don't feel it the same way each day. Even sound itself, I can be in, say, in a stadium or in an auditorium or a theater, and the sound, what I hear coming back to me, can make the difference in how I will sing a song. Little small things like that really play a very important part as to how I will sing a song.
What if you sing an up song, and you don't feel up, and you won't fake it?
Well, I tell you what. Generally, what will happen with me is what I try to do is get this. You know, the whole thing with me is sound. Really, if I can get the sound that I want. For instance, if I can hear everyone who's around me, if I can hear the band, and of course the audience, you must remember, the audience can certainly dictate to your moods, you see. But the main thing is if I can really hear, because usually except for television, I must tell you, except for television, I am really deaf on engineers about the sound, you know.
Well, why do you say except for television?
Well, because television is geared, it says television and not tele-audio, you see.
That's right, so, they don't even tell you you can hear it.
Yeah, you see, and I must, that's one of my gripes about television. I frankly think that I wouldn't want to go as far as to say that they don't care about the sound, but I would say that the sound is very minute, basically, to the people. Yeah. At least I feel that way, musically speaking. And so therefore, their thing is look, how pretty is it? How good does it look? And that's what counts, because people are watching that. But you see, for an artist who has to sing, it can be really terrible, because like if you're out singing and there's a lag, and you have to compensate for that. You constantly have to watch yourself to make sure you don't do this and you don't do the other. So I must tell you, for that reason, television is death on me. It really is. Although I love to do it, because I guess that people, hopefully people enjoy seeing me on television.
Did they tell you that this show's on television?
Well, I heard about it, so I was planning on watching it to see what. I
hope you enjoy it. That's true what you say, though, you know. That's true. Rehearsals are things of variety shows. They'll always say, how are the musical numbers? And somebody will say, they look great.
Yeah, that's it.
You know? They never say they sound great.
Yeah, well, I can understand it, though, because that's really the thing in television. But one of these days, you figure with the millions of dollars that the networks spend, somebody's going to come up and say, hey, you know what would really be great? Just think of what would happen if you could really get all the visualness that we want, you know, all the prettiness that we want, and be able to incorporate that with sound also. Yeah. You know, because I tell you, I feel, as a matter of fact, one of the things that television, I noticed, like we were doing some shows before, and One of the things that they're doing now is just saying, okay, what you do, you bring your track, say you record the track in a studio, and then we'll play the track.
You
and
can
then
move
let
your
you
lips.
And you see, which is, or they'll play the track and let you actually, in other words, you play you just record the music and not your voice.
Yeah.
So you sing to the actual track. Even that's a little better, you know what I mean? Because you got a little more integration going on there.
We have to, by the way, have you had a lot of comments about our singing together the time you were here some time back? Sarah Vaughan saw it and said she laughed for 4 days. She said it was something else, and I was afraid she was going to tell me what. She didn't.
Well, actually, I tell you the truth, we must do it again, because I thought it was very unique.
Really, what a compliment.